This is a fantastically dark video, done by our special guest Robert Geronimo. Please enjoy his comic Blood Realm Dark Covenant. Make sure you let us know if you like this and want more of it.
Greetings, travelers, and welcome to Geronimo Draws. In this video, we will embark on a journey to the lands of Mordred, where three supernatural beings seek an ancient relic powerful enough to obliterate the last kingdom of men. This is an age of cursed kingdoms and forbidden magic, where only perfect darkness reigns. This is Blood Realm Dark Covenant. After the age of the beasts and the rise of the Iron Wolves, there was a kingdom called Vorgoth, the last standing empire of mankind. In a desperate attempt to save her dying daughter, the Queen of Vorgoth sent her greatest warrior, Captain Lycurgus, to uncover a cure in the blood of the old beasts, ancient towering creatures on the verge of extinction. After eliminating their species, Lycurgus returned and successfully healed the princess with their sacred blood. In reward for his service, Lycurgus took the princess as his wife and was given command of the queen's army. The warrior expanded Vorgoth's empire, conquering the neighboring kingdoms across the lands. All feared him, and none opposed him. Lycurgus's reign would eventually come to an end, for the ancient blood on his hands would not go unpunished. Following his conquest, Lycurgus returned to Vorgoth for the birth of his child. Filled with the ancient blood of the old beasts, the princess gave birth to a nightmarish creature. Both Lycurgus and the princess were killed, and the creature retreated into the sky, gliding over the wounded kingdom, never to be seen again. With their deaths, the land descended into chaos, and several years later, a new threat began to emerge. Now, Vorgoth, the final beacon of humanity, crumbles under a great siege. The kingdom is burning. Vorgoth, the last kingdom of men, has collapsed. After the fall of the conqueror, Prince Lycurgus, the realms occupied by the humans retaliated with a large-scale attack, striking at the very heart of Vorgoth. The Sisters of Silence, three mystical beings, looked on helplessly as their city, once teeming with life and prosperity, was scorched to ash and rubble, its people ravaged by the kingdom's upheaval. The Satrians, a warrior race of goatmen, now occupied Vorgoth. Their homeland, Satria, was the first to be conquered by Prince Lycurgus and his warriors. After the prince's fall, the Satrians found hope in a new leader, one that would unite goatkind through his malice and resolve. General Gorn. Complacent in his pride, the Goat King of Satria, Malchus III, had ignored warnings from his generals of a possible attack coming from the humans. Prince Lycurgus and his warriors swept through their lands and annihilated their ranks with little opposition. With the loyalty of the Satrian army, General Gorn overthrew their king and eviscerated his sons as punishment for his arrogance. Gorn declared himself ruler of Satria and banished the feeble king to wander the forbidden desert as he carried the limbs of his offspring on his back. It was not long for stories to spread of Gorn's terror, striking fear into the hearts of his enemies. The general's army ripped through the lands, conquering and slaughtering every living creature in its path. The realm was his for the taking, and Gorn would stop at nothing until Vorgoth was his. The Sisters of Silence were the only threat to stopping him. Gorn knew this and mercilessly hunted them. As her kingdom burned, the Queen of Vorgoth summoned the sisters to her stronghold to receive one final order. Punished and cursed by the gods for contributing to the extinction of the old beasts, the queen was to suffer a slow death, to melt in her throne of power.
I know what General Gorn seeks. He wants the heart of the Dark Lord Cyphus. With it, he will bring eternal darkness upon our land.
The whites of the queen's eyes gleamed urgently at the sisters.
You must not allow him to consume it. This is my final request as your queen.
The heart was hidden in the ancient Tower of Penance, built in the outskirts of the eyeless canyons. A holy relic to the Satrians, their scriptures claim the heart was imbued with a dark magic that could gift its possessor with godlike abilities. The sisters accepted this quest. Devout servants to the gods above, the sisters took a vow of silence in exchange for extraordinary abilities. Their voice would answer to the gods, and the gods alone. Lord Cyphus was known to have been the most malevolent sorcerer to ever exist. According to legend, he dwelled deep within the eyeless canyons, where he worshipped the dark deity, Targanis, and conducted heinous rituals in the archdemon's honor. Cyphus secretly preyed upon the defenseless children of Vorgoth, consuming their souls to enrich his heart with dark magic. It was the Iron Wolves, cleric knights of the Sacred Order, who raided his stronghold and tore his heart from his body. Over time, this relic became known as the Black Heart. The Iron Wolves kept it hidden within the Tower of Penance, where it continued to beat for over a century. Once a beacon of the Sacred Order, the Tower of Penance now stood in ruin. Chiron Morvel, founder of the Iron Wolves, built this tower as a holy fortress to conceal the dark relics that threatened mankind's destruction. Now the tower stood silent, unguarded, and its secrets plundered. The location of the Black Heart, however, remained secret. Its location shared only with those powerful enough to resist its influence, the Sisters of Silence. And it was here, at the midpoint of their journey, where the sisters and I would cross paths for the first time. The Satrians deemed themselves as superior in species, empowering them to commit terrible atrocities to those they oppressed. I belong to a race of scavengers, gangly creatures in the eyes of the Satrians that dwelled in the caves of the eyeless canyons. My name was Meek.
Well, I'm hooked. Dark and grim fantasy with incredible lore? I hope you liked it as much as I did. Please let us know what you think and comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, All Things D&D. Our next video will be posted in 2 days, so stay tuned for more amazing Dungeons & Dragons content.